part 2 of my video. I'm going to reassemble the machine. As you can see, I've got the first panel. At the bottom of this panel, which should look familiar, you've got two of these rollers, and the rollers go underneath the drum. I've checked out these rollers and given them a little spin, and they seem to be fine. They're not loose, too loose. They're held on with a plastic clip, so I think they'd be relatively easy to replace if needed. These seem like they're working pretty well, and they're quiet. At the top, you'll see one wire connector that I'll reconnect. At the bottom of the machine, you'll see another connector that I've detached. I've noticed that the one on the panel that matches, that mates, has a square end. If you can see that, one end of the one of the plugs are flat, and so that's easy to plug back in without making a mistake. It will only fit in one way. So I'll go ahead and try to attach this panel now. The panel went on relatively easily. I did it by myself, no help. I raised up the drum just a little to put it underneath the rollers. So now the drum is resting on the rollers. One of the better features of this machine, which I don't find little fault with, is that the panel sits on top of the frame, so all you have to do is lift it up, and it's self-supporting. So all I need to do is tighten down these screws on top, and I've got the front of the panel with the rollers secured. Unlike other videos that tend to use nut drivers, I've got a full set of ratchets and I prefer to use them. On the other side, there's another one. And so that's all snugged up. There's no reason why I can't do a little bit more snugging later. So right now you've got the front of the panel with the drum, and I've turned the drum, and it seems to be working well and quiet. So now I'll proceed to put the cover on the fan. When that cover, the fan, attaches underneath to this opening where you find your filter. So I'll pause right here. Well, the machine is practically put back together. It took me about an hour or less to assemble the machine again. As you can see, I've reconnected the power. I'm going to turn on the power. You get the little familiar chime and push start, and the machine is about as quiet as it's ever been. As I've worked on a machine like this and quite a few others, as a happy homeowner, I've realized that companies like this put a lot more funds into their marketing than they do the design of their machines, which they could easily make a lot simpler to assemble and disassemble and to work on. However, they'd probably rather have you throw the machine away and buy a new one. So happy clothes drying, over and out.